Hello and welcome. So this video is about manifestors and anger. What anger means to manifestors, what it means when they are angry, and what should you do as a manifestor to get out of that state. So manifestor, when you are angry, it means that something is stopping your creative flow. For this, trying to find what it is that your creative flow wants you to do. If we feel stuck in one place, if we feel sometimes this can be a real or imaginary, we get angry. When we feel we are just in one place and can't move. And we might even blame others or whatever circumstance. That's not it. Just stop for a moment. Stop for a moment and think it is you are really blocked or it is just imaginary. We often sometimes have that we have been conditioned to just to want to ask permission. And we have some rules with which have been programmed, like feeling stuck and without permission we can't move on. But no, that's not the case. And a lot of times they are just imaginary rules. You don't have to ask permission from everyone to follow your creative flow most of the time. Most of the time, you are not stuck, it's just in your mind. So try to find what your creative flow wants to do instead. Instead of complaining in anger and blaming other people for what is, think about what you would like to do if you had a choice where your intuition would bring you. What would you do? So follow your creative flow. And second, let go of people who don't want to come with you. Don't try to control. Don't um, don't control who comes with you. Your role is to initiate. Just keep that in mind, and the right people will come with you. Maybe what you want sometimes is more self-care. Manifestors need a lot of rest, and they do things faster than other types in short bursts of impulses. They often try to find the shortest thing, the shortest way to do something because they don't have that energy. And sometimes it may be creative, thinking outside the box. For example, maybe I mentioned this in a previous video. When I was in high school, uh, I just didn't have the energy to study sometimes. And I would just record parts of the textbook. This worked for, textbooks which were social sciences with some subjects because you can't record math. But I would read with my voice and record the material in the textbook and listen to it while falling asleep. And something would remain, and I would remember that later. So that was the studying for me. Listening to the textbook later, after while I was falling asleep, was, if of course, better than not reading it at all, because I would know something and a good part of it. So manifestors often do things like that because they can only work in short bursts of impulses, and can't focus or work for a long time, like generators, for example, or manifesting generators. So there is also a beautiful quote from Bill Gates, which I think really does apply to manifestors. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. So this was a quote which really resonated with me when I um, just came to know about it, because lazy people, lazy you could say, but low energy types like we manifestors, we sometimes don't have the energy to finish a job. So they find an easy way to do it before their energy runs out. Our impulse and initiator nature makes us jump from one thing to another, making us find easier ways to do things quickly before our energy runs out. So, when you find yourself getting angry, it's time to get going and start the next thing and leave behind the people who will not follow.